Nice.
Oh, that's a lovely way to start. Thanks. Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
We've literally just met and never played before.
Yes. We thought this would be. We just start filming. Hello, welcome, by the way, and welcome, Cici.
Yeah, thank you.
No, not at all. Yes, welcome to All About the Bass, and this is definitely all about the bass. We thought we'd just start, as you've just heard, plug in, and just go from here. Meet for the first time.
Yep.
And just see what happens.
Yeah.
Really. Yeah, I'm just chatting everything bass. But I will just kick off just saying that was lovely. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
That
I
was
really enjoyed that.
Inspired by that lovely reverb sound you had. And was that a reverse? There's like a reverse delay you were playing
there
with
is
earlier as well.
one, yeah. It's like got that kind of.
Great. Oh, this is the thing. I've always kept it pretty simple, me, with like effects, but
Me too.
No, yeah, this is it. But when you hear something like that, I'm like, oh wow, okay, I want a bit of that.
Yeah.
I want a bit of that.
Well, it's funny you mention that because I used to just have a really simple setup, and then a couple of years ago I started discovering effects, and I was like, I noticed the way they made me play was so different, and I started hearing things not just as a bass. Like, I know where I sit in a band situation, I know my role, but outside of that, just playing, I realised that I started to hear things as like music as a whole, rather than just, oh yeah, I'm sitting having a bit of a noodle and not really making music, just kind of doing something. So
yeah, that's it. I think you say it's not just the notes, it's everything that's happening around it.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
The general frequencies that are happening.
Yeah.
And as you said, like it can be if you're just playing on your own at home. Obviously, I've had a few multi-effects things in the past where I'm just like, okay, I'll just go wild with like
fun.
Like how can I make it sound not like a bass, pretty much, just wacky. But
I like the way they make you play differently as well.
It's exactly right. No, exactly right. And even with that, just hearing something from my side of it, it's like, oh, okay, I could hear chords.
Yeah,
straight.
you bounce off it.
That's where I want to be with that sound. So, but yes, tell us a bit about yourself. How did you start playing bass?
Well,
because I don't think I've ever discussed this either on this channel either. Right?
Really?
No.
Cool. So they're meeting you as much as I am.
Oh no, totally. Yes. Hi.
Yeah. So I always get asked a lot, like, why bass? Because I came downstairs once. I said to my mum, I want to play bass. Because I didn't know it was called like a bass.
Just play the fish.
Yeah, play the bass. Slapping the bass. And my mum goes, don't you want to play real guitar? And I was like, no.
Do you know, this is getting so creepy. Sorry, Carol.
I think we might have a bit in common. Now, my mum's a complete convert, and bass is her number one instrument.
Yes.
So, yes. But the thing that kind of started me off was I was on YouTube, and could it get any more modern than that?
Yeah, no, totally. No, it's all good.
I was 11 years old on YouTube, and I stumbled across Paul Gray from Slipknot teaching how to play Duality.
Amazing.
Because he did that instructional video.
Yeah.
And so for some reason, something about seeing that just made me go, that's what I want to do. It was like the second I saw it, my brain just went, that.
Yeah,
and
that's me.
Yeah. I don't even know what I used to do before I did bass now. It's like it's always been there.
That's pretty much how I think that's how I feel about it as well. And it's so strange that my mum said exactly the same thing. And it was in the car. My thing was like being in her car. She was big into Bowie and Jamiroquai.
Yeah.
And Jamiroquai was the particular. I was like, wow, what is going on in that low range like that? And I think I really quite like that, you know, like.
Yeah.
And that was it. It's like, I want to play that, whatever that is. And I got the same thing. It's like, don't you want to play normal guitar? Just, you know, come and like normal
real
guitars,
guitar.
like, yeah, like you get, you know, you can play all the songs better there, and then like properly. It's like, well, yeah, I guess, but it doesn't make that sound, you know, like. So I want to do what that's doing. So such a strange thing. We're just working out. We did like a quick chat before. It was like we've both got hay fever. We've got asthma. Like there's some strange things that are linking up.
We noticed it because on my pedalboard I've got Vlad the inhaler, so I remember to take it before I go on stage.
It's so good. That's brilliant. Yeah, I'm less affected by this now. But yeah, in the hay fever season, the inhaler comes out as well.
Yeah. Horrible.
So what was your so Paul Gray getting into bass? When you say it was like seeing the whole thing. Like, so if you think if you heard that, it wouldn't have had the same impact. Maybe,
it seemed to be like the whole visual experience of. I thought Paul Gray was really cool, and it was. I think if I'd just heard it, I wouldn't have known what I was hearing, because I wasn't really familiar with bass up to that point. So I think like seeing it as a full thing kind of got the whole experience across to me of what this thing can actually do and how it can feel to play it. And
great show. Yeah, because my experience, I was pretty much handed after I knew the sound. Like just met someone at school that played guitar, and he was like, "We just come round and I've got a bass," you know. It was like, oh, okay, so I was sort of just given one.
Yeah.
And it was like, right, I'm going to play this, and you put this finger here, and I was just with my thumb, like, yeah, that's good enough. I'm like, and that was kind of enough for me. I was like, oh, okay, I can kind of do this, and then it was Run to the Hills, which we will discuss.
Amazing.
Which we have in common as well. Which was one of the first songs I tried to learn on a battered P bass at school.
That's so cool.
That had no love for years, but yes, So from there, where did you take it from that Paul Gray?
So
inspiration.
So from Paul Gray, I decided, right, I'm going to learn that as pretty much one of my first songs ever. But I didn't realise that he used a pick. Even though I obviously saw him use it in the video, I was too young and stupid to actually make the connection. So I knew that at that point that bass players kind of tend to use their fingers. So I was like, oh, okay, so he must be doing that. So I learnt the whole riff with my fingers. It was quite, like, there's a video of me playing it when I'm about 11 or 12.
Wow, okay.
And it looks ridiculous because my fingers are like, if I even remember the riff now, in the wrong tuning completely, but something like that.
But yeah, getting that speed, that speed on that,
But I think actually that set me up in really good stead, because I don't think if I had done that, I don't think I would have learnt the dexterity in my fingers now. So it kind of gave me a really good foothold.
Totally. So, I know, it's weird you say about the pick. I had the same thing, and I don't know if it was, and again I was sitting across from a guitarist using a pick. Yeah. But with the gallop from Run to the Hills, so it was either I had a 20p for a long time when just hearing that song. Like, oh, I can kind of do it with that. Didn't do a little bit. It sounds really scratchy and horrible. Why is it? But I thought people were playing with their fingernail. Yeah. I thought it was like, is that literally like that's exactly how I felt. And then it's like, oh no, there's things, they're holding things. Oh, that's much better. That makes sense. Okay, fine.
That's so Brian May with the coin.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Didn't even think about that. Sorry. I'm too relaxed. But yeah, that was it. And it was just that scratchy sound on a battered old. I don't even know if it had a name. You know, it wasn't even a brand. It was just someone had built this old battered P bass that lived in the school cupboard.
Amazing.
It was like, I think I can do the Steve Harris thing just about with the 20.
That's so cool. I'd love to have seen that at the time.
Yeah. I don't think you want to hear it though. I can really hear it in my head. That 20p horrible sound. But yeah, great. So where was your first band experience? When was your first like?
So. The person who started teaching me bass, it was like, you know when the stars align and you just happen to meet someone, and I just wanted to start playing bass, and they would go, oh, I can teach you some bass, and I just met this person, so it was like everything lined up. But they put my name forwards for the Worcester Music Festival. I think this was about 6 weeks after I started playing. So I was like, oh, what am I going to do? But I went ahead and I was like, right, well, if I really want to do this, I better start somewhere. So I'll just try and get over the nerves. So I sat and I played to a backing track, Mellowship Slinky, Run to the Hills, Duality, and I think my bass teacher got up and did Creep with me by Radiohead.
They are not the easiest of songs as well either to like, you know, 6 weeks into playing anything, right? Like that's
definitely not. But I always think going in with the attitude of, well, that's humanly possible. People have done it, so there's no reason I can't do it. And I always think if you go into something head first, really dive in, even if it doesn't sound great at first, it kind of helps if you play it with conviction anyway.
Yeah.
But
totally,
so
totally.
That was kind of my first gigging experience, and then I got into a band when I think I would have been 12 then.
Oh,
so
amazing.
quite young,
really,
but really, really lucky with how it all kind of fell together. Just perfect timing.
Amazing.
So what about you?
For me, it was mostly lessons. I went into getting lessons locally in a music shop, just above a music shop, a little music school. It just so happened though that the bass teacher there was. Have you heard of Porcupine Tree?
Yes, Porcupine
So they're like a UK prog rock band or metal band. Used to play in that band called Edwin. I don't know if you're watching, but hi. But so it was like, again, stars aligning thing. I just started working in that shop and just happened to be a wicked bass teacher. It's like, oh, yeah, you should talk to Colin.
That's amazing.
And got involved with that, and he sort of opened my mind from where I was definitely like Iron Maiden, Metallica, Chili Peppers, Guns N' Roses was pretty much where I started. Like just say 11, 12, same sort of age that you were. But meeting him was like that kind of next. I felt it was like next step. It was like, this is wicked, and I'll show you how to do that properly and this. But like, have you heard this guy? And have you heard this? That's when Led Zeppelin came in. And for me, it was just like, oh wow, okay. So that I can hear what the bass is playing, the bass part for the song, but he's doing this extra cool melody stuff and like the tone, like the thumping behind it, all those sort of things. I think it made me start to appreciate, like you were saying, it's not just about, you know, playing the notes, you know, it's everything that comes around with it.
Exactly.
And you know, the tone is so important, but how it sits in with the mix and everything as well. But yeah, I was thrown into it pretty quickly. My first gig was in a Latin band, and say coming from a like rock background, it was like similar thing where it was like just like either go for it or you're going to miss this opportunity.
Yeah,
you know? So
exactly.
It was again, a drum teacher at the school was like, oh right, I've heard that you're a pretty decent bass player. There's no one around. Are you free? Like, we're going to Germany. Like, can you learn 10 songs? And like, yeah. If I say no, then I'm never going to. Yeah. So just yeah. And that just sort of rolled from there. And he really helped me more from a kind of, you know, straight eights rock player to be like, now listen to my bass drum. You know, like I'm going, like I'm not going. Like you need to be with me here. Like, oh, okay, all right. Or like play off of where the syncopation is. So I was thrown into it, but that was like 15, 15,
That's
and
so
that was just
cool.
like, right, boom, out to Germany.
But what a great kind of starting point again. So.
Then that hooked me then. Like, I was like, oh, okay, I don't think I want to do anything else. This is pretty sweet.
I had a similar thing as well with my teacher where they would show me new things as well, like, oh yeah, that's cool, but have you heard this?
Yeah.
And I'd be like, what's that effect there? Oh, it's this.
Oh yeah, like, totally.
There's something really valuable. I always think you can learn something from literally anyone, because even beginners, I think, are going to have a different perspective to you, so they might come out with something that even you learn from them.
Oh, absolutely. And things I'm even sort of noticing now where, say, because I came from a similar sort of vein, like you like say, love the heavy rock stuff and the metal, and from Iron Maiden, Metallica, and now, like, I played those songs so much and so many times that it was like, you know, second nature. But now, like with anything, I guess, you know, but like even just knowing that I was meeting you today and we're gonna have a bit of a talk about, you know, our favourite, you know, where we came from and the first bass lines and things. I was like, I have no idea, you know, I could have just put them on and, you know, worked them out, but it was like, I have no idea where that's gone, you know, like, and even just the technique then of like, say, really starting to gallop again. It's like, it's gone, you know. So, and obviously I haven't really been playing that style of music most, you know, in these last 10 years, as it were, and I think you just sort of mould slightly as a player towards what I've been doing there, but it's made me realise as well, like, oh, okay, now I definitely need to practice that more again, and I need to do that and that and that.
Yeah.
So it's beneficial even just doing that, just stopping and analysing kind of
Yeah.
where you are. You know, we don't think we do it much, but
No, I completely agree.
yeah.
So, but yeah.
We've got to talk about gear. Just
I know.
just quickly, because look at this gorgeous
That was
face.
what was on my mind just then. I was
Yeah, it's
like,
like,
ooh.
should we talk about these lovely shiny things that are in front of us? Talk us through. 'Cause
Yeah, the
this looks
mothership.
amazing. The mothership. Yes.
So, obviously you've got the tuner there.
Boom.
Doctor Strange fuzz. So, Doctor Strange Love is one of my favourite films ever.
Okay, yes.
And this guy, Hubcap John, came out with this pedal called the Doctor Strange fuzz.
Love it.
And I literally,
You just had
I
to have
saw it,
it.
I was like, I want it! But I'm a big fuzz lover anyway, so it was really cool and I really like that pedal.
Great.
This is an old 90s Morley wah. I'm not 100% sure on the exact model because everything's
no.
worn off of it.
Oh my. Wicked.
And then,
Is that based on that, me just asking, like, is that from your Cliff? Like, loving
Yes.
Cliff Burton?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the only reason I knew Morley pedals back in the
Yeah.
day. I was trying, like, other shops I used to work for was like, can we stock these? Like, who uses them?
yeah,
It's like, well, Vi uses them. Like, he's a pretty
I
big
know.
guitarist. And Cliff Burton is like, yeah, but nah, you know, like, come on.
I know. That's the reason I heard of them as well.
Yeah. And
But
it's
yeah.
got a very unique sound.
It has,
The
hasn't
filter
it? The
to is-
sweep on there is
yeah.
amazing. That one's actually, when the wah's off, it's a volume pedal.
Oh,
So,
nice.
yeah,
Okay,
it's
yeah, great.
very cool. Really good for ambient stuff as well with volume swells.
Lovely.
So that goes into the Line 6 HX.
Sweet. You can pretty much do anything, right? These
Yeah,
things.
literally whatever you want, it'll do it.
Love
So
it.
it's got reverse, sweep echo, destroy,
Destroy. Oh, you have to sing that. Kill. Okay,
kill,
nice.
both distortions, but that one's, I stacked that with a phase 90, so it's distortion and phase. Particle verb, which is a really nice reverb that kind of sparkles, if that makes any sense.
Do it. Do it. Go on, yeah, let's have a bit. God, that's huge. That's
Yeah.
a one. We've just got these little combos in here, but that's a
They're amazing.
112.
I
Yeah,
know.
they sound. Oh, yeah. Just to mention as well, these are the Gallien and Kruger Neo range of combos. We've just got these in, but just playing for these today. But sorry, Cici.
I'm loving
Carry on.
them.
They sound great.
They
do
do.
really sound massive.
So yeah, delay, and then aside from that, this is the Space Station Pro reverb, which is
Ooh.
very spacey, as
Oh yeah,
the name suggests.
you would hope with that name, yes.
Yeah. And I tend to run that in sync with the Polara on
it.
its kind of weird reverse setting. So
Okay.
you get this kind of breathing effect.
Wow,
It's
that's
really
so
cool.
cool. Yeah, that's really cool.
And then the MXR analog chorus, and then ditto looper.
Yeah,
And
nice.
that's pretty much it.
Yeah, no, sweet.
So-
where do you did you use that? Is a wicked sound, but do you use
Yeah.
that a lot with what you do?
Yeah,
personally?
so when I play live, I've actually done gigs recently where I've ended up using every single effect because there's a lot of like jamming and random stuff that goes on that isn't planned. So
Yeah.
I like having options.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, some tools to just play with.
Yeah, and in videos as well, it's cool because you get like, if you want to do a jam, you just loop something and you can do whatever you want, and you've
Yeah.
got everything there. So
It's a great shout. I've been trying to do. I need to get more into it. I've got an RC3, but my coordination is I think you said another bad. I'll just say that word.
yeah,
bad.
I'm not the greatest, especially with my left foot.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. Depending on what. Yeah, because I'm so bad. I'm always conscious. Actually, a chiropractor. This is going off on one a little bit, but watch how you stand, people, as well. Like a chiropractor once said to me, like I put too much weight on this side when I'm
Yeah.
standing on the bass.
It's so weird you mentioned that as well.
No, really, you got the same thing.
I got scoliosis, so there's a 43-degree curve in my spine, so I'm like the perfect position to play bass.
Why are we like the same person? This
I
is
know.
straight. Yeah, so I've got the same thing. I've got so the other side of my back is like messed up because the
Yeah.
other side's compensating so much. It's
No
like,
way.
Just balance yourself out, man. Come on, just balance yourself out and it'll be fine. Yeah, so there we go. Look,
Bizarre.
top tip. Watch how you're standing.
Yep.
You're breathing as well. We never talk about that. Breathing's important.
Always stand with books on your head.
Yes, yeah, oh yeah, that's it. Posture, people. Posture, shoulders back. That's it. I forget all of that.
It's like an
So
aerobics
1, 2,
class.
3, and I go, and then I'm leaning on this. Okay. So,
Anyway.
That's cool. That's cool. Actually, the more I hear of this HX effects, the more I want to get involved.
Yeah.
That does look.
You should
wicked.
have a go for it. It's amazing.
Oh, that'd be sweet. Yeah. No, mine is literally. I haven't had this long. I've always had a TU2. This has fallen off many a stage, that one. And yeah, I'm just going through compressor, TLC compressor, Pork and Pickle from Way Huge. I'm just a sucker on a name. That just got me as well. I just love that company's marketing. But it sounds great as well. OC5, which I've just updated from the OC3. Anyone that's interested, this does really do the OC2 thing really nicely. Doesn't glitch out and things. Corona Chorus, and yeah, a little Spark, just in case I need it. But this does me pretty much for most of my life. So I'm doing a lot of functions, a lot of weddings at that moment. So I've come away from a bit of the original side of music, which I was getting a little bit more. This was getting a bit more action, you know. So that the Pork and Pickle were equally getting some action, but this is mostly now just nice, precise, clean sound. I'm loving this the most bass player, like boring bass player thing to say, right? But this is the most fun I've had out of the most boring pedal, the compressor.
I'm the exact same.
Really,
I forgot to mention in the background of the HX, I've always got a compressor and pretty much always a reverb. So,
it was something I avoided for years, and I was conscious. So I actually did when I started recording doing more recording daily for a living. I was conscious of watching my actual signal and like without a compressor, trying to get it nice and level, like just naturally. Obviously, it's a pain in the bum, but again, like if you can get it, like you're saying about sort of jumping ahead with technique, it kind of sets you up better in the future. But then someone's like, you should just get a compressor. I'm like, no. This thing, just everything is just. We don't have to worry about just those few little moments or places on the fretboard where you might have to dig in a little bit more. You know, it's like, oh, okay, I got it. Sorry. So I'm like loving your reverse delays and everything, but compressor for me is my most fun at the moment.
I do love compressors.
It's amazing. I mean, I don't know in particular Aguilar. I've tried a few, but they're saying like there's loads on the market at the moment. But this one just hit a nice little sweet spot for me. But
that's like the ultimate functions board.
It pretty much is, isn't it? Yeah, like say you'll get away with most stuff with that. Yeah, and bring a pick. And pretty much, generally for what I'm doing, it's good. But what's going through it? This beautiful thing.
Yeah, this is the Anaconda Crusher CXE4. So it's an independently built instrument, or handmade. There's something about handmade instruments that feels really different as well. I never know how to describe it. It's not that it's necessarily handmade instruments are automatically better, but they feel different, although this is an amazing bass.
Yeah. And is this your main bass at the moment? Is it you use, or is it?
Yes, it's one of three that are kind of in rotation at the moment. So,
love it.
It's an absolute beast.
There's
nothing it can't do.
Yes, really. Oh yeah, Bartolini's as well.
Yeah, it's got a push-pull as well, so you can have it active or passive, which is a nice option to have. But
it is beautiful. And I was saying, like, same thing. Gone for the flame. This is my current little squeeze by Sire. But
love Sire.
They are good. And then this was a lovely present from the guys, just from really just us. Obviously doing a lot of videos on and loving the brand, and just say you can't really get around it for the affordability. So this is one of their V10s, but they just spec'd it up a little different for me. But went for all the flame. I'm just a sucker for good-looking wood, as it would be.
I love flame.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, and actually one of the guys in the shop is just like, I've got to show you. He's ordered one as well, but not baked maple, just like a bright maple. So.
Yeah. I love the red on the back as well.
Oh yeah, I wanted I love the Gibson comparison. I like the Les Pauls with that.
That's kind of what it reminded me of.
Yeah, I was possibly going to go for like a bit of a Laria colour, but I got a bit scared. I wussed out. Like, give me trans black, that'd be good.
It looks amazing. I love it.
Yeah.
Love the sound of it as well.
It's pretty good. Well, I've come more towards this split pickup with the neck pickup on these. Like, I've always been a jazz bass player, and my collection's pretty boring because it's just a rack of different jazz basses. But recently getting into more of a 5 and having that, it's got this unique sound. Like as a neck pickup on its own, it's pretty standard. But you bring in a little bit, oh, that's very, very warm. You bring in a teeny bit at the back. It's a different sound. It's not that very scoopy. I always hear it as like a very scoopy sound on a jazz bass. Everything on, tone on. But yeah, you can still get that really lovely. I'm a sucker for the back pickup stuff. So you want that real tight kind of sound. It's still there, but this thing, I mean, it's got a nice feel to it overall. It's got this, not too bright for an active bass. I was always scared of active basses. I was like, are they going to sound too metallic and like kind of trebly? But the more and more I've got used to these, you can really warm them up and just they get kind of any kind of sound out of them. So beautiful, nice,
very cool.
Well,
they match pretty well as well.
And they do. This is it, the flames.
Gang.
And I've never seen one of these in the flesh, as it were.
Well, you're very welcome to have it.
Yeah. Oh, do you want to go? Do you want to go?
Bass
Shall we?
swap.
Swaps. Nice. Oh, I know exactly what you mean about it being like just different.
Yeah.
Like straight away. I mean, oh my God, this is beautiful. What strings do you use?
Those ones are really, really old rotor sounds.
Oh no, fair play, yeah.
Normally I use the Darios, but they just feel really slinky on that bass.
They're so cool. That's got such a lovely I don't know how to explain it. It's like a throaty thing, you don't know when you're like, it's like growling.
Yeah.
And what do these do? What do these do?
Time for me to remember.
No, that's cool. We can just play with it. We can work it out ourselves. But is that active?
They're to do with the pickup. So if that's pulled out, that's passive. Pushed in, that's active. This is a pickup sweep, so that's all the way forwards. You're on that one.
Sweet.
All the way back that one. These are bass, middle, and treble, but they're actually the opposite way around to what I would normally think. So that's bass, that's middle, that's treble.
Cool.
And then these are coil switches. So they're basically you can make the pickups in series or stuff like that.
Amazing.
There's a lot of options.
Yeah.
But I tend to just kind of stick with one.
Yeah, that's it tends to be the way with most people, isn't it? It's like once you've got that you like, it's like, oh no, I'm not going to really mess around with it unless you really need to. So that's both pickups. So if I just throw those. This is so easy to play.
I know.
So easy. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it.
Loving the playing as well.
That is right. Oh no, thank you. No, that is amazing, and it feels so skinny as well. It's like really comfy for me. I'm used to the jazz neck. That's going to feel proper chunky now compared to this, isn't it? But
feels really nice though.
Yeah.
I played some 5 strings with my hands like that.
So you feel, because that has actually got, they were trying to explain to me, it's like they call it elliptical neck. So it's not the same around the whole neck, you know, because I think it's chunkier at the top where your thumb is, and then it rolls off a little bit quicker.
Yeah, so, it does feel like that.
Yeah, it should. I think it's mapped
really
on
cool.
Marcus Miller's bass from one of his jazzes kind of thing.
Okay.
But no, feel free. So, go for it. Yes. So actually, this is exactly the same. Where you would think, right, bass would be here.
Yep.
It's the same on that. So it's bass right at the back.
Yep.
That's it. Then you've got a stacked middle position.
Okay.
And so on the bottom one there, that's the frequency. So you can like sort of boost or cut a certain frequency. That's it. So yeah, around the back is your low mids, and then your front is your high.
So warm.
You can do so much just with that mid control, like just sweeping around with that. It's pretty responsive.
So that must be treble.
You've got treble, that's it. And then you've got pickup balancer.
That one?
That's the one.
Yep. So treble.
So sometimes I have to check when if you flick down the switch, then you check whether you're in active or passive and feel that boost.
Cool.
Yeah.
So that's pickups.
Pickups, and
Cool.
then the next one you've just got volume on the top and then an overall tone at the bottom.
Oh,
so
okay.
even if you've got your kind of active sound, you can still like warm it up if you want.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got that really like rounded sound.
Pretty natural, and
So nice.
It is,
I obviously don't do it justice. I'm so bad on 5 strings.
No, don't be silly. It's one of those things. I always avoided 5s as well for years. One of the things again, you should get involved. Like, no, I'm still need to master the 4. I would think I'll always be trying to do that. But purely just for ease, it's really just like okay, harder because the wider neck, but positioning wise, like I find instead of jumping around,
I know exactly what you mean.
It's just kind of all there, really in front of you. So I'm getting used to that kind of way now. But yeah,
that's the most fun thing.
Beautiful. Yeah, that's it. Just and say cranked up, get the tone right, cut through with everyone else. That low B is so much fun. And actually, I'll bring it over a bit later. I've got hi Gav, advertising for Gav. He's repairing one of my other sides.
Oh, amazing.
Which I've strung E to C, so it's like like the top bit of a 6.
I always think if I had a 5 string, I'd go with the high C.
Yeah, it sounds great because you've got those like really lovely, sparkly higher register in the chords. So, I'll go and get that in a bit. And
cool.
We'll have a play.
Do.
But yeah, thank you so much. There we go.
I really like this.
This is so good. So I've only ever seen these just online, just on Instagram, following these guys what they're doing. So to see one in the flesh is great. Should we have another jam?
Yes.
And see these lovely people in another video. Because we're probably thank you for staying. As this has been, so this is generally just literally meeting for the first time, having a chat, make a bit of a plan of where we're going, and go from there. We'll probably talk about our next, our favourite first bass lines and everything. So look out for that coming up. Other bass videos will be up here if you so wish to watch. If you haven't liked and subscribed, that'd be brilliant. And the little bell, that'd be great.
Press it.
All of those things, just get over there. You know what to do by now. You know what to do. But we'll play something else and see the lovely people soon. If you're happy.
Yep, definitely.
Love it. See you shortly. Ta-da!